Good evening. Good evening and welcome to the 2024 Spring Sports Awards. My name is Connor O'Brien and I'm here with co-president Maddie Stupart. We are the Bronxville High School's Athletic Council presidents. We especially want to express our gratitude to everyone who helped ensure that the spring season ran successfully behind the scenes and for their unwavering support of all the Bronco athletes over the previous season. We sincerely appreciate all that Mr. Haven and Ms. Hartson has done to ensure the safety of each and every player. For everything they have done for this athletic season, we would also like to express our gratitude to the Board of Education, Superintendent Dr. Kelly, Assistant Principal Mr. Hossain, and President Ms. Meyer, and the grounds crew under the leadership of Mike Lee and Joe Maraceveda. We are all grateful to our spring coaches for getting our players ready for safe competition. We especially appreciate the time, energy, and commitment you all devote to your various sports and to each and every student athlete. I would now like to pass the microphone to co-president Maddie Stupart.
Hi everyone, we would also like to thank our Athletic Council parent presidents Ms. Sheehan and Ms. Alcote for their leadership, to our parent executive board, and to all the Athletic Council parent volunteers whose hard work, dedication, and efforts have helped to improve Bronco athletics. Also, we would like to thank the School Foundation for their continued support of Bronco athletics. Another shout out to our athletic trainer Danielle Villanova for taking such great care of our athletes each season. Finally, a very special thank you to Athletic Council teacher Ms. McGovern for her dedication to the Athletic Council and for making this spring season such a success. Also, being that this is our last event as Athletic Council presidents, I would like to say how grateful we all are for this position and how much we enjoyed working with Ms. McGovern. Congratulations to all the athletes on a fantastic season and good luck to everyone next year. Now we would like to introduce Bronxville Athletic Director, Mr. Haven.
Good evening. As we gather to celebrate the end of another incredible year, we take this moment to honor the hard work, discipline, and outstanding achievements of our athletes. Each one of you has demonstrated unparalleled dedication and passion for your sport, setting new standards of excellence and perseverance. I must take a few minutes to thank the same people the Athletic Council presidents just thanked, but it really does take a ton of people to help our department run smoothly. So I'd like to take this time to thank Joe Mar and Mike Lee for ensuring our facilities are always prepared. I'd like to thank our security, Vic Prenny and George Phipps, and all the security officers who are at all our games ensuring safety of our student athletes and our spectators. To all the people who keep the scoreboard, clock operators, chaperones, thank you very much for your time. I'd like to thank Mr. Curran, who tries to make all our tournaments and senior nights special for the athletes. Thank you to the Bronxville Foundation for all the tremendous support they give to athletics. Thank you to the school board, Dan Carlin, Dr. Kelly, Mr. Hossain, Ms. Meyer, and Mr. McCora for all their support. Thanks to the Athletic Council parents for all their work throughout the year, and to our student officers and members who work on leadership of Jillian McGovern. Your efforts are much appreciated. Thank you to Brian Parker for all his services for being here tonight and throughout the year. Once again, thank you to Danielle for the care she gives to our athletes pre and post injury, and to all the docs in the area, but especially the docs of New York Orthopedic, who make it a priority to work with our athletes, give them the best medical attention they can give. Lastly, I'd like to thank my assistant, Dawn Hartson, for all she does on a daily basis. We had a major crisis today, girls. Your bus to Cortland was canceled. And we were thinking, man, it's 3 hours on a school bus to Cortland's really gonna stink. But somehow we called. I sat at my desk and called 5 or 6 places. No luck. Dawn makes one phone call. Boom, a bus is gonna be here. So you do have a charter. So thank you very much, Dawn. Yeah, I'm not feeling bad about that. Dawn took care of business. To the parents, thank you for all you do for the support of our athletes. Your dedication to the athletes in Bronxville is remarkable. To the coaches, I cannot thank you enough for your commitment to our athletes. You give countless hours of your time to ensure our athletes are the most prepared in the section. To the athletes, we are immensely proud of each and every one of you. Your achievements this year are a testament to your hard work and your resilience. As you stand here today, remember that this is not just an end, but also a beginning. The lessons learned and the experiences gained will propel you to even greater heights. Your commitment to training, perfecting your skills, and your unwavering determination has not only led to personal successes, but you've also inspired us all. Whether you've broken records, set personal bests, won championships, or simply pushed your limits, you have shown us all what true athletic spirit is all about. Congratulations to all award recipients and to every athlete who has given their all this year. Your successes is a beacon of inspiration and a reminder that with discipline and hard work, anything is possible. Here's to your continued success and a bright future that lies ahead. Thank you and congratulations.
We would now like to invite the boys track and field team to the stage and captains to the podium.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Wyatt Gravier, and these are my captains, Davis Patterson, Kieran McBride, Jack Toll, and Tommy Henningsen. And we are the captains of the Bronxville varsity track and field team.
Our coaches are Brian Halling, Victor Palumbo, Aaron Ginsberg, Alex Baracco, and Dean Tatarian. I'd also just like to extend a little personal thank you to all of my coaches just listed, as well as Danielle and Mr. Haven. I faced a little adversity early in the season, and they really helped support me through it. I think their little positivity went a long way.
And now I'd like to introduce the lone senior on our team, Luke Core. As a team, we like to say quality is better than quantity, and Luke is a quality athlete and teammate for this team.
So in our last speech for the Winter Sports Awards, we mentioned how proud we are to see the team exceed the expectations that we had set for ourselves. In the spring season, we have continued to perform better than any of us had expected. For the first time in team history, the girls and boys cross-county and track teams have swept all 6 of the sectional championships we competed in. In the last week's state qualifier meets, we qualified 15 athletes to the state meet.
For a team with so many departures last year, we really want to take a moment to realize the dedication of the athletes up here on stage right now. Additionally, we'd like to thank the whole Bronxville Schools community for their support, especially the team parents, the athletic office, and our coaches. With all that being said, we would now like to invite our coaches up to the stand.
Okay, hello everyone. I'm Mr. Halling. I'm just going to talk about quickly our team. Obviously you heard from the boys, they had an exceptional year. The track program is really well known here at Bronxville. Anytime you can do something new and unique, it's pretty awesome. To win all 6 section titles, go undefeated at the sectional level is really something special. And it's actually more than just the people on the stage. Tried to count last night, and there are 152 athletes. Some of you I see out here on other teams and other uniforms that have at one point or another run track or cross country here at the school at the varsity level. So that's great, and it's a testament to all of you and all your contributions year round as 3 multi-sport athletes. The team, obviously, they said the things we've done. We won the league by a score of 245 to 149 after graduating 22 seniors. I think the boys knew I was going to say that. We won the section 130 to 82, which was really special. I have a lot of thank yous. Danielle's a warrior. I've been through with 4 children. Danielle worked to the very last week before she had a child herself. So what she does for you athletes is truly special. Ms. McGovern was cooking on the grill at one of our home meets at our invite, so thank you to her. The board and, oh yeah, thanks. The board and the administrative team does everything they can to support our athletes with special requests, even as recently as some special things going on at states and things that need to get done. So really thank them for all their unwavering support. Joe and Dawn, I don't think get nearly enough credit. You guys always, if I need something, could be that morning, you have it ready later that day, and I can't thank you guys enough. Joe Marr, Mike Lee, all the grounds crew, I know everyone's going to thank you, but I know not very many people know what the marks are for the hurdles, where they go, but you've been tremendous students of the game. Security team, we just had a guy out on the track today, like, I need to be on the track right now. They do what they can to be respectful, and then when people aren't respectful, they keep doing what they can. Wasn't a person from town, so. And then I just want to thank my team at home. I want to say, because I know they watch, Declan, Rowan, Quinn, and Kieran. Thank you for your support at home, and to my wife, who takes care of them all, even as our little Quinny needed staples in her head this weekend. Always supporting us, always getting us through everything, so thank you to you. To my coaching staff, Vic and Aaron are not here, Coach Palumbo and Coach Ginsberg. But Coach T and Coach Baracco are. Coach Baracco has joined our staff and done nothing but win, so it's been a little bit hard to keep up with her. But everything you do for our athletes is truly exceptional. Totally selfless team. Can't thank you guys enough. Just do what you can every day to help everyone, and everyone on this team feels like they can go to any coach. I also want to throw a special shout out to Jack Delaney, who's also a senior. And I know you're on this team, and I know you're going to Hokro. So thank you, Jack, for all your hard work every single day. So if I could, I want to start with you, Jack. Come on over. A senior award. Come on up. Congrats, Jack. We get a lot of special kids on this team. I don't want to give out all the awards. There's 17 all-league things. I mean, not trying to sound crazy. It would take a while, but I do want to say a few special things. And this next young man, Luke Core, you're a senior. We picked captains, and you could have easily been a captain. And you could have easily gone down the route of angry and not committed and been the senior that hated me every single day, and I would not have blamed you for 1 second. You're an exceptional young man. You gave everything you could every single race. I know you were bummed after that 4x8, and I know we were 0.56 away from going to states. Believe me, I know. But when you PR by 6 seconds, sometimes things just don't go your way in this world. I know you will never let that get you down. It's a great life lesson. You're going to do awesome things. Thanks for all you did for our program. Come on over, Luke. And then obviously I do want to shout out our state's people. If you're going to be around on Thursday morning, 10 a.m., little plug, you can come down to the atrium. We had 7 boys qualify across 7 events. We had Kieran in the steeple, Davis in the 400, Wyatt in the 110, the 400 hurdle, the high jump, John Sakula, a sophomore, in the 400 hurdle, and then our 4x4 relay team of Spencer Martin, Tommy Henningsen, Javier Tamala-Rydell, Wyatt, Gravier, and Davis Patterson. So shout out to all those guys. Okay, and I want to do the special awards quick. I know I think I'm getting the light in the back. No. So first is our distance MVP. I think these awards are really hard to really quantify all that these young men do every single day. It's really hard on this team when there's 49 kids doing such awesome stuff to get this recognition. So I do want to shout out, he just was announced as an all-section athlete. He ran a 9:51 the steeple early. He mentioned a setback. He sprained his ankle. The school record's 9:44, and I don't think it's safe, frankly, this weekend. Tremendous season so far. Great job, and we'll see how it ends this weekend. Kieran McBride, come on over. next up, we have the sprint MVP. So this young man, sometimes as a coach, you do feel bad about what you have to do to win as a team. Sometimes you ask a lot out of an individual, knowing that maybe it's taken away from some of their own personal goals, because you have to balance that individual sport versus team score. This young man would never, ever question anything we ever put him in. He would run 6 events if he was allowed to. I know I always say that, but I've watched him run a 400, crawl over, puke a few times, get a little water, crawl over to his next race. And one story I'll tell to the day I die, I know now. He ran a race, gave it all he had in the 800, which was like second time in the event. Pukes a few times, kids are getting him water like in shock on the infield as I'm forcing him over to the anchor leg of our 4x1. We actually were slightly behind the number 1 team in the section at the time, the number 1 individual 100-meter runner at the time. And this young man not only gave it his all, he actually won the race by 100th of a second. Davis Patterson. Okay, next award. I'm sure you read about this kid all year. Hurdles and field MVP. Obviously getting a lot of press lately. He's doing some exceptional things. One thing I'm not sure anyone knows, I'll just say it now. We had the state qualifier the other day, and Wyatt had started the year at 14.5, and when you're that fast, it's really hard to take time off. Every single meet, 14.2, 14.17. This last weekend, he wanted to go under 14. He wrote 13.99 on my whiteboard before we left for the meet. He actually got a little wrong, though. He was 13.94. The story is that the fastest person in high school in the history of Westchester County, you may have heard of him, is Jesse Parsons. He played football at New Rowe. He played football at Rutgers. He went on to hurdle. His all-time Westchester County record for any athlete in high school is 13.93. So we're 100th of a second away. I don't know that we'll get the weather we need this weekend, but probably next weekend after that at Nationals, we'll get that job done. Great job, great season, unbelievable kid, Wyatt Gravier. Okay, and the last one. Sorry, I know I will do my best. The last one's our Captain's Award, and I just want to say the whole team. I know that you're waiting for your moment in the sun, and you all work so hard, and every single one of you should get an award, in my opinion. Tell a cool little story. We were at state quals the other day. We have the number 1 hurdler. Obviously, you just heard about him, one of the number 1 in the state. And we have a sophomore on our team that when the team score was close, we're like, you know what? This guy's really stepped up. He scored a lot, but you never hear about him because it's always Wyatt. This guy comes out and runs a tremendous time in the 400-meter hurdle and qualifies for states. Well, everyone has their individual goals on our team, and I want to acknowledge the next really special person in my eyes this year with a Captain's Award. He reminds me a lot of his brother in the sense that if we have a meet that day, this young man's in my room at 9 a.m. What needs to get done? If there's something that's happening and needs resolving, he's the one doing it. Carrying stuff around, picking stuff up, but it's not just that. We all want to do our best and contribute to the team. I'm sure some of you have been in a situation where you feel like you're not getting respected or what you deserve from your coach because you work really hard. This young man was on our relays, works really hard. He's going to states as an alternate. He gives everything he can, and he supports the team in every way he can. And we're so proud of who he is, and that's why you were elected by your teammates to be a captain this year. The Captain's Award goes to Tommy Henningsen. And I just want to say one more big thank you. And I know that we're not the only ones. It's really cool being up here celebrating our team, but it's also cool looking out and knowing that I see you all in your uniforms because I just saw you out of practice as well. I know girls lax is going to states. I know tennis is going to states. I know a lot of people are doing some really big things. So job's not done yet, right? So great job, everyone.
Can girls varsity track come to the stage and captains to the podium?
Good evening, my name is Maddie Stupart and we are the girls varsity track team.
Our captains include Charlotte Black, Maddie Stupart, Kara Kachowski, Juliet Winecki, myself, and Alira Punter.
Our coaches are Coach Baracco, Coach Halling, Coach Vick, Coach Ginsberg, and Coach Tatarian.
And now I'd like to introduce the seniors on our team. Our seniors are Megan Curran, Maddie Stupart, and Era Josai.
This 2024 outdoor season has been very successful for our team for events in both track and field. We won our league championship, sectional championship, and are sending multiple athletes to the state championship this upcoming weekend.
Our girls 4x400 meter relay with Juliet Winecki, Eva Mahova, Ella McCalla, and myself, and our 4x800 meter relay with Finley Rowan, myself, Caitlin Paisley, and Emerson Dennis, both qualified for states. Juliet Winecki qualified in the 400 meter hurdles, the long jump, and the 100 meter hurdles, and Colette Ungvari qualified in the pentathlon. We would like to thank our parents, athletic department, and our coaches for their constant support and dedication to the team. We would now like to welcome our coaches to the podium.
Hello everyone. Thanks for being here to celebrate the amazing accomplishments of this team and all the other teams here today. More specifically, thanks to Joe Haven for being a huge supporter of the team. Thanks to Don Hartson for making magic happen when it comes to buses and scheduling. Thanks to Danielle Villanova for keeping our team healthy, and Danny Tachi and her staff for helping them in the gym. Thanks to the modified coaches for introducing athletes to the sport and building interest. Thanks to Angel Tamala Reyes for taking amazing pictures at our meets. Thanks to the parents for your endless support. And thanks to our coaching staff, Vic Palumbo, Aaron Ginsberg, Dean Tatarian, and of course to Brian Halling for all that you do for the boys and girls teams. So as our captains mentioned, the team has had some great accomplishments this year. They were league champions by a margin of 296 to 136, which is crazy in track, with 14 girls being named All-League. We were section championships as well by a huge margin of 193 to 68. Our 4x400 meter relay won the county championship, and now we have 9 athletes who qualified and will be attending the state championships this Friday and Saturday in Syracuse. And that's Colette Ungvari in the pentathlon, our 4x400 meter relay, who came back after graduating 2 seniors from last year, and replace them with 2 freshmen with the time that's just as fast as last year. And our 4x800 meter relay team, who put down an incredible 25-second season best at the state qualifier meet last week. We also have Juliet Winecki, who, in addition to being our leadoff leg in the 4x400, will be competing in the 100 meter hurdles and the long jump in the state championships. We're so thrilled that these athletes will get to represent Bronxville and show how hard they've worked all year. So we are so proud of this team, not only for their accomplishments, but for their attitude and the characteristics they bring to the track every day. We have a very young team this year, many of who are new to track, but they come with a willingness to try new events, a readiness to push themselves through hard workouts in the cold, heat, and rain, and to come back after a loss or rough race and to support each other and have fun through all of it. So while we have a young team overall, I also want to acknowledge our 3 seniors, Megan Curran, Maddie Stupart, and Era Dotsai. You all brought such a positive attitude to the team, and you led by your example, and you are a part of why the team is how it is today. So seniors, can you come up to receive your certificate? So we'll be giving out our All-League plaques at our team dinner, but now I want to take the time to give out 4 special awards. So our first one is a Rookie of the Year award. So this athlete is a freshman, and who from cross-country season through indoor track and spring track has shown herself as someone incredibly reliable on the track, someone who always gives it her all, who never complains, and always does the work, and it shows. This athlete is on her way to the state championships in our 4x4 with a 400 time of 60 seconds as a freshman, which is so impressive. We can't wait to see how you grow as an athlete. Our Rookie of the Year is Ella McCalla. So, next award we call the Mental Toughness Award, because track is about more than being talented. You need to be very mentally tough to push yourself over and over, especially multiple times in the same meet. So I wanted to acknowledge this athlete who's a captain and a leader who pushes her teammates and herself to be their best all the time. And she shows toughness at every practice and meet. So our Mental Toughness Award goes to Kara Kachansky. Next is our Captain's Award. So the Captain's Award goes to a captain who demonstrated great leadership ability and positive attitude, who was a great role model for younger athletes as well. This athlete from the beginning of the season was making sure the team warmed up together and properly, make sure they checked in on time at meets, and cheered on her teammates. We're very lucky to have her, and we will miss her a lot next year when she graduates. Our Captain's Award goes to Maddie Stupart. And our last award is actually a Most Valuable Athlete award. And it's rare in track and field to have a Most Valuable Athlete because it's hard to compare a distance runner to a sprinter or a field athlete. But this year, this athlete really stepped up in terms of performance and in points for our team. In track meets, athletes are only allowed to compete in 4 events maximum, and it's very hard to do so. But this athlete at every major meet competed in the 100 hurdles, the 400 hurdles, the long jump, and the 4x400 meter relay. And she not only competed, but she won first place in all 4 of those events at the league championship and section championship, and she qualified to compete in all 4 of them at the state championship this weekend. She's incredibly talented and humble, and she's a great captain and role model, and we're lucky to have her on our team. Our Most Valuable Athlete is Juliette Winecki. So that's all we have. Thanks again for being here. Congratulations on successful seasons, and I can't wait for you guys to hear how our girls perform at the state championships this weekend. Thank you.
Can the flag football team come up now and the captain to the podium?
Good evening. My name is Samantha Pagano, and we are the girls' varsity flag football team. Our coaches are Coach Peller and Coach Myers. And our captains are myself and Calorie Lattis. And now I'd like to introduce the seniors on our team, starting off with Elle Riley, Charlotte Brandes, and Annie Greatrex. This first season of flag football for Irvington and Bronxville has been not only fun, but successful too. 3 of our Bronxville players, Claire Kennedy, Calorie Lattis, and Elle Riley, were all league coaches' picks for 2024, and Calorie and Claire were also picks for all section. Overall, this season was a great experience and created an opportunity to try something different as a newly introduced sport at Bronxville and Irvington. Everybody had a good time and created connections with girls even outside their school, and learned a lot about this new sport, and we can't wait for next season. I would like to thank our coaches,
the parents, and the athletic department for their support and dedication to the team. I would also like to give a special thanks to our bus driver, who drove us 30 minutes to Irvington and back every practice and home game, and even sometimes longer for away games. Without everybody's help, none of this could have been made possible, so thank you again for making the season the best it could be. And now I'd like to welcome Coach Peller to the stand.
Hello everyone, I'm Mike Peller. As you can see, we started out our season in Somers. A couple of the guys in the back are New York Giants, and the NFL sent a few players up there to start off the season, and we couldn't be more impressed with what the NFL did. There was probably 16 teams in the league last year. I think there was 36 this year. There was actually 2 divisions, one for larger schools, one for smaller schools, and I believe that the 2 teams from each of our divisions are competing in states, and they were teams that we played very tough. I'd like to thank Joe and Dawn for getting the buses every day. Joe, the bus driver, for taking us every day. I don't think any of us knew what to expect when we showed up for this. I don't know how much experience everyone had with football, but they really showed improvement every day. The mantra was get better every day, and they really did. And one of the nicest things was how when you have 2 separate schools coming together to play together, they don't always mix. This group immediately mixed. They actually had events where they went out together. It was a really, really nice thing to see. They became friends. Sometimes it got frustrating for the coaches because they came so close that we had to get them re-engaged back in practice. But it was a really nice thing to see that 2 groups came together so well. The seniors really led the group. We had the seniors, we'll give out those awards to the seniors first. I'll say something to each senior. First, Charlotte Brandis. Sorry, Charlotte. Charlotte decided to take on and play center, which is not a very exciting place to play, especially in flag football, and she did a great job and really helped the team out. There was a lot of questions throughout the year with what the rules were, what blocking was allowed, what you were allowed to do and what you weren't. Never complained and did a great job. Next senior is Annie Greatex. Congratulations. Annie kind of got the nickname of Angry Annie at one point. She had an incident with a player from another team, and it wasn't her fault, absolutely not her fault, but she never backed down. She increased her play and came back and made a game-saving play on that same player, who actually ended up being Defensive Player of the Year in the league. So that was very impressive, and to see that kind of not quit was great to see out of an athlete. And finally, Elle Riley. Now, Elle played about every position she could on the field, and one day in practice, we had to apologize to her because we were revamping the offense, and she must have run 59s or vertical routes, which are probably about 25 yards in the heat in a row, and never complained. Now we had like they said we had 3 all section, and they are Claire Kennedy, Elle Riley, and Callaway Laddie. You're welcome. Claire probably led the league in interceptions, and when we go out I coach the boys as well. When we go out and we need somebody to show the defensive backs how to turn and run and make a play, she made a play against John Jay Cross River. Final play of the game on our 15. They throw the ball deep. She turned, ran, open, knocked the ball down, saved the game, won the game for us. So congratulations, great job. Okay, and in that vein, we're going to go to the Defensive Player of the Year, Claire Kennedy. Next award is the Coaches Award. I said this player played every position on the field, never complained, every practice worked hard, moved around. What can I do to get better? Every day, L. Riley. And she's not here, but the MVP is Calorie Lattice. When we showed up to games, she missed one game because of an AP exam. The other coach goes, "Where's number 10?" And we were like, she's taking an AP exam. They go, "Oh, good." So she was recognized around the league as a few of our players were as one of the outstanding players. And congratulations to her. She had a great job. She also made Claire and Calorie also made all section, and there was only, I think, 15 of those given out. So congratulations to them on that.
We would now like to invite the girls varsity lacrosse team to the stage and captains to the podium.
Good evening. We are Bronxville Girls Varsity Lacrosse. My name is Alden, and these are my fellow captains, Amy Villanueva, Linnea Henschel, and Gabby Bisi. We are coached by Gianna Maffei, Scott Bachgalupo, and Marissa Spinzola.
Our team manager is Catherine Garicchio. Our seniors are Gabby Bisi, Ava Jacobson, and Alton Martinelli. Our juniors are myself, Campbell Malloy, Amy Villanueva, and Maddie Williams. Our sophomores are Michaela Doheny, Virginia Hale, Kate Outcult, Charlotte Murray, Rose Woolery, Quinn Sheehan, Caitlin Burke, Ashrid Pulkinen, and Ellie Garofalo.
Our freshmen are Mabel Origi, Grace Van Tienhoven, Kendall Valenti, Karina Winecki, and Ava Tulin. Our 8th graders are Claire Melchioni, Hadley Ramirez, Greta Warren, and Genevieve Dimitri.
We want to thank all of our coaches for this amazing season and the amazing past years in general. None of this would be possible without you. Thank you for always supporting us as players and bringing the best energy to our team.
We're grateful for the countless hours you've invested in our team. Your dedication and belief in our potential has been the driving forces behind our achievements this season. And of course, thank you to everyone behind the scenes who makes this all happen.
Our team will be headed back to SUNY Cortland this Friday to play the state semifinal against South Jefferson. We're excited to have the opportunity to compete for another state title. Congratulations to all the other teams that are going to states and coaches, and go Broncos. Now I would like to welcome G.
Good evening, everyone. First, I'd like to congratulate all of our student athletes on their successes both on and off the field and in the classroom. Being a student athlete is not easy. It takes a lot of dedication, motivation, time management, and self-discipline to find and maintain a balance that allows you to thrive both academically and athletically. All of our players have accepted the challenge of being a student athlete and have overcome any obstacles that came their way. I know that myself and all of the coaches in the room are extremely proud of you guys and all that you've accomplished. Secondly, I'd like to thank the people behind the scenes who make it all happen. Joe Haven, Dawn Hartson, and Danielle Villanova. Joe and Dawn are always making sure that our team has what they need and they're willing to go the extra mile to help us in any way that they can. And Danielle for working countless hours and always being in the training room when the kids need you. Thank you to all of you. Next, I'd like to thank our team parents who are not only at every game, but have helped organize team dinners, breakfast, snacks, goodie bags, and posters for the girls. You've helped make this season an incredible and memorable experience for all of our athletes and coaches. Next, I'd like to thank my assistant coaches who couldn't be here tonight, Scott Bacigalupo and Marissa Spinazzola. Scott and Marissa have truly completed our coaching staff, and the three of us have created a bond that allows us to support each other and our team. To my girls, each and every one of you holds a very special place in my heart, and I'm incredibly thankful for the relationships that we share. Watching you grow throughout the season has been so rewarding and fulfilling, especially with the amount of underclassmen that we have. You guys have all really stepped up, and we've traveled, and we've really gone through ups and downs together and found our way together. The competitiveness and coachability of this team is what has allowed us to be successful. As I said all year long, it's not about the individual wins and losses, it's about looking at the bigger picture. That bigger picture is finally in sight, and this weekend we will be competing in the New York State semifinals up in Cortland with hopes of advancing to state finals to win a second state championship. Tonight we'll be giving out a couple of awards to our seniors. So our first senior is Ava Jacobson. Okay, our second senior is Gabby BC. And last but not least, Alda Martinelli. We'll be giving out our individual awards next week at our awards dinner, but there are a few people that I would like to acknowledge tonight. From the section, we received 7 All-League awards, 4 All-Section Second Team awards, and 2 All-Section awards. Our All-League recipients are Linnea Henschel and Amy Villanueva, Maddie Williams, Rose Willery, Ellie Garofalo, Charlotte Murray, and Quinn Sheehan. Our All-Section Second Team recipients are Linnea Henschel, Amy Villanueva, Maddie Williams, and Rose Willery. Last but not least, our All-Section recipients are Quinn Sheehan and Ellie Garofalo. I'd also like to recognize our captains who have helped lead this team to success. Gabby BC, Alda Martinelli, Catherine Dricchio, Linnea Henschel, and Amy Villanueva. You girls have really stepped up and not only been role models for your teammates, but role models for the entire section. Congratulations on a great season so far, but we're not just done yet. Thank you for everyone for coming out tonight, and congratulations to all of our student athletes.
This concludes session 1 of the Sports Awards. Thank you all for coming.
Good evening and welcome to the 2024 Spring Sports Awards. My name is Victoria McEnroe and I'm here with co-presidents Maddie Stupart and Connor O'Brien. We are the Bronxville High School's Athletic Council presidents. We especially want to express our gratitude to everyone who helped ensure that the spring season ran successfully behind the scenes and for their unwavering support of all the Bronco athletes over the previous season. We sincerely appreciate all that Mr. Haven and Ms. Hartson have done to ensure the safety of each and every player. For everything they have done for this athletic season, we would also like to thank the Board of Education, Superintendent Dr. Kelly, Assistant Principal Mr. Lassane, President Ms. Meyer, and the grounds crew under the leadership of Mike Lee and Jomar Acevedo. We are grateful to all of our spring coaches for getting our players ready for safe competition. We appreciate the time, energy, and commitment you all devote to your various sports and to each student athlete. I would now like to pass the microphone to Co-President Maddie Subart.
Hi everyone. We would also like to thank our Athletic Council parent presidents Mrs. Sheehan and Mrs. Alcolt for their leadership, to our Parent Executive Board, and to all the Athletic Council parent volunteers whose hard work, dedication, and efforts have helped to improve Bronco athletics. Also, we would like to thank the School Foundation for their continued support of Bronco athletics. Another shout out to our athletic trainer, Danielle Villanova, for taking such great care of all of our athletes each season. Finally, a very special thank you to Athletic Council teacher, Ms. McGovern, for her dedication to the Athletic Council and for making this spring season such a great success. And now I'd like to pass the microphone to Connor O'Brien.
Being that this is our last event as Athletic Council presidents, I would like to say how grateful we all are for this position, how much we enjoyed working with Mrs. McGovern. Congratulations to all the athletes on a fantastic season, and good luck to everyone next year. Now we would like to introduce Bronxville Athletic Director, Mr. Haven.
Good evening. As we gather to celebrate the end of another incredible year, we take this moment to honor the hard work, discipline, and outstanding achievements of our athletes. Each one of you has demonstrated unparalleled dedication and passion for your sport, setting new standards of excellence and perseverance. I must take a minute, though, to thank many of the same people, our athletic group, all the folks who make athletics what they are. I don't know how to really explain it properly, except there is a million people who make the athletics department run. And the presidents, the co-presidents just did a really nice job saying their names and all, but you don't understand on a daily basis how much effort they really put in checking in with us just to make sure that the grounds are clean, they're safe. So I do really appreciate it. Mike Lee and Yomar and their whole crew, they're always out prepping the fields for us. We'll call them, hey, when net's ripped, the turf is ripped. You know, they do what they can to make sure everything's done properly. Vic Prenny and George Phipps and the whole security crew. They make sure that the fans behave properly, the fans are safe, and our student athletes are safe. To all the scorekeepers, clock operators, and chaperones who attend all our events, thank you very much. You know, a lot of times we have two games going on side by side, and we just to make sure that all the games go off properly. So thank you for their time. Thanks to Mr. Curran, who announces all our tournaments and makes senior night special for the athletes. I'd like to thank the Bronxville Foundation for their support all throughout the year for all athletics. I'd like to thank the school board, Dan Carlin, Dr. Kelly, Mr. Lassane, Mrs. Meyer, and Mr. McCoy for all their support for our athletes. Thank you to Athletic Council parents for all their work throughout the year. And to our student officers, members who work under the leadership of Jillian McGovern, your efforts are appreciated, so thank you very much. Thank you to Brian Parker, who's in the back, for his services tonight and throughout the whole year. And once again, thank you to Danielle Villanova. She's still emailing me today, making sure the athletes are doing fine. She's home. She had the baby, but she's still checking up on us, helping us make appointments for athletes who need to see doctors. You know, all the doctors in Westchester do a great job for our student athletes, but especially the docs at New York Orthopedic. Danielle makes one phone call. The next day, athletes are in to see those folks. So we do appreciate what they do for our athletes. And thank you to Dawn Hartson for all she does for me, and for all you children, and for all the parents. She works constantly to make sure that we have great events. So thank you very much, Dawn. To the parents, thank you for all you do to support our athletes. Your dedication to athletics in Bronxville is amazing and outstanding. It's always nice when you hear about unruly folks and unruly citizens, and we go to our games and our parents just cheer for you guys. And it's so appreciated, so thank you very much. To the coaches, I cannot thank you enough for your commitment to our athletes. You give countless hours of your time to ensure our athletes are the most prepared in a section. Lastly, to the athletes, we are immensely proud of each and every one of you. Your achievements this year are a testament to your hard work and your resilience. As you stand here today, remember at this point, this is not the end, but also a beginning. The lessons learned and experience gained will propel you to even greater heights. Your commitment to training, perfecting your skills, and your unwavering determination have not only led to personal successes, but you've also inspired us all. Whether you've broken school records, won championships, or simply pushed yourself to the limits, you have shown us what true athletic spirit is all about. Congratulations to all the award recipients and every athlete who was given all this year. We still have three or four teams still compete in the States, but I want to wish you all the best of luck this weekend. Your success is a beacon of inspiration and a reminder that with hard work and discipline, anything is possible. Here's to your continued success and to a bright future that lies ahead. Thank you again. Good luck, everybody.
We would now like to introduce the girls' golf team to the stage and captains to the podium.
Hi everyone, my name is Olivia and I'm the captain of the Bronxville Gulls varsity golf team. Our coach is Mr. Martin. As many of the Gulls sitting in front of us today know, these past few years on the Gulls golf team have been a roller coaster. I've been on this team since my sophomore year. I've seen it through a variety of different golfers ranging in skill level, experience, and passion. But I can proudly say that every girl on the team this year showed us what it truly means to be a golf team, one of enthusiasm, laughter, and most importantly, passion for the game. I'll start off by shining light on our three youngest athletes, Eloise Liggett, Kate Sod, and Kate Lazaroff. These girls have truly embodied the attitude, dedication, and hard work that makes a golf player. These girls, I think that deserves a round of applause on its own for the three youngest ones. I'll start with you, Kate Lazaroff. I have so much respect and admiration for your success on the varsity team at such a young age of 7th grade and middle school. And for Kay and Eloise, I'm so proud of both of you for how much drive and effort you put into perfecting your game, which is shown in your success by earning all league honors. I've seen you both progress and become better players throughout my years on this team and know that you'll continue to show up and succeed with anything you put your minds to. As for the juniors, I can't express how much admiration I have for Francis Origi, Garen Benton, and Charlotte Vaness returning for that second season and showing us how much can be accomplished with dedication to this great team. You've all served as such role models to the younger players and to myself for what it means to be a fun, caring, and passionate golfer. I'd like to give a special shout out to Garen for being so passionate. She started an Instagram to document our season, which we all had a lot of fun with. I'm confident to leave you all for these next few years knowing you will continue to grow an enthusiastic, friendly, and most importantly, welcoming team for our future members. Finally, I'd like to thank our coach, Mr. Martin, for supporting and encouraging us to play the best game possible. Mr. Martin, you've been a great role model and resource in my life, both on and off the course. Thank you for being a strong mentor for me, and I know you will continue to have the same impact on the other girls in the future. Thank you.
What a great speech that was, Olivia. I'm not surprised, but very nice. Well, we had a great season. We have an awesome team who had an awesome season, and I feel blessed to work with such a great group of athletes. Everyone worked really hard and to improve their games, and we had a lot of fun along the way, too. I'd like to thank Mr. Haven and Mrs. Hartson and all the parents for their support. I'd also like to thank Tom Grippy for driving us to our away matches safely, and Coach Lockwood for helping to schedule practices and matches at Siwanoy, and the members and the staff of Siwanoy Country Club for allowing us to use their beautiful course. Before I hand out the awards, I'd like to quickly mention that I'm proud of the way our 7th grader Kate Lazaroff handled herself around a mature varsity team and facing much older opponents at matches. She played very well, and her potential is unlimited. Little golf clap. Next, I would like to thank Olivia Newton for being such an awesome captain. She was always helpful and set a good example for all of her teammates. Her upbeat, positive attitude is contagious and much appreciated. And I'd like to award her with a Senior Sports Award, please. Come on up. Next, we have some news. Her shoes will be very difficult to fill, but we need them to be filled, so I'd like to announce our captains for next season. Our captains are going to be the rising seniors, Charlotte Van Ness, Garen Benton, and Francis Origi. I'm confident they will set good examples, work hard, and have a lot of fun with our team next year. Next, I would like to congratulate Kate Sod and Eloise Liggett for playing so well during our matches that they earned all league honors. We don't have the plaques right here, right now, but they are coming, and I will get them to you, I promise, but well done. Finally, our team awards. I was so pleased to notice that this athlete worked on her game on her own, away from the team, so much that she has greatly improved. It's a testament that she's a hard worker and a great athlete, and that she loves golf. Our most improved golfer goes to Francis Origi. Last year, I set a goal for our golfers to shoot below 50, and Kate Sod and Eloise Liggett did that last season. This year, I raised the bar to 45, and this golfer accomplished it by hitting a 44. The low score award goes to Kate Sod. Thanks very much, and enjoy the evening.
I would now like to welcome the boys golf team to the stage.
Good evening. My name is Walker Liggett, and I've had the honor of serving as the captain of the 2024 Boys Varsity Golf. I want to start by expressing my gratitude to everyone who's contributed to our season's success. This includes our supportive parents, Coach Lockwood, all the Sound Ice staff, and Mr. Haven, along with the entire Bronxville Athletic Department. From providing bagels to pre-rounds to meticulous behind-the-scenes planning, the parents have been unwavering in their support. A big thank you to the Sound Ice staff for granting us access to their exceptional facilities and allowing us to call their incredible course home and play one of the best courses in the section. We are also immensely grateful to Mr. Haven for ensuring our season ran smoothly behind the scenes. And a special thanks to Alex Holderness for helping us put together some of the best merchandise in the section. And of course, thank you to Coach Lockwood. As we started this season, I had no idea what to expect, having lost 5 of our 6 starters from last year and 75% of our team. Many young players who I haven't had the pleasure of interacting much before stepped up to fill the shoes of a championship caliber team. Despite these challenges, we finished 6th in the section and sent 2 golfers to the individual tournament, where they both made the cut for the second day at Fenway under tough conditions. Tommy placed 15th. That's a round of applause for that. And I myself placed 26th. I'm very proud of the way this young team battled to maintain a very strong presence in Section 1 golf. Finally, I've had the privilege of being coached by Coach Lockwood since 5th grade. Through 5th, 6th football, JV football, varsity football, and of course varsity golf, over the years I have witnessed the silent dedication that he brings to every sport, supporting and encouraging every team, no matter the skill level, often without recognition. Coach Locke will be the first to downplay his role, attributing this season's success to the individual nature of golf. Yet I've seen firsthand how my game and the members of my teammates' game have improved through the years, leading to lower scores and more wins. Coach Lockwood has not only helped me improve my golf game, but also helped me grow as a person, as he taught me more than just what club to hit into a tricky green on a windy day at Salinoy. He helped me learn to grow to the person I am today and taught me many things I will carry for the rest of my life. I can't thank him for a fantastic 8 years and wouldn't have wanted it any other way. I'd now like to introduce to him Coach Lockwood.
Did you have my script? Because that's about what I have. I mean, there's really not much that you left me here, but I too would like to thank the athletic department for all their support and reiterate the thanks for Salinoy opening up the course to the boys. It's a great home course advantage for us. I would like to thank the Liggetts as our parents of our captain for all of the support behind the scenes with our bus snacks and our team dinners. It really helps the boys build those bonds that they form through a game that they love. Our overall record this year was 8-10 with a 4-2 record in league play, and while our team record may not have been to the high standards that we set for ourselves, there certainly were many factors that came into play throughout this season that caused that record. As you heard from Walker, the large majority of our team are first-year players. 7 of our 12 golfers are absolutely new to competitive golf this year, and only one of our golfers, Walker, has played for all 4 years. You couple that with an extremely competitive Section 1 golf program, and we found ourselves in many tough matches this season. Just actually yesterday, Section 1 team won the state championship, and the next closest section to them was 16 strokes back. So just a testament to the competition that these boys played in this year. With all these obstacles, our boys golf team still finished as the 6th best team in Section 1, which is a tremendous accomplishment. We have many individual successes to speak of after this season, and 5 of our team members earned all-league honors, so I'll ask them to come forward now. We have Walker Liggett, Tommy Ruhanen, Danny Kelty, Andrew Gay, and Alex Savoy. As Walker mentioned, 2 of our golfers, both Walker and Tommy, qualified for the Section 1 individual tournament. They played their first 18 holes at Century, a very difficult golf course. This makes them 2 of the top 60 golfers in Section 1. Walker shot a great 82, and Tommy shot an 80, which qualified them for round 2, which was held at Fenway. Walker posted a score of 86, and as he mentioned right from my script, it seems that he finished 26th in the section this year, which is a tremendous accomplishment. Tommy posted another score of 80 at Fenway, which gave him a 15th place finish, all section honors for Tommy Ruhanen. This performance at sectionals, his consistent play throughout the season, with a stroke average just above 3 over par throughout the year, is the reason why Tommy Ruhanen is our Rookie of the Year this year. The next golfer I'd like to talk about and recognize is our Most Improved Golfer of the Year. Last year, he did not get to compete in many matches as he was very new to competitive golf. But this season, he was thrown right into the mix and competed in 12 of our 15 dates that we played. With his game much improved and his focus extremely heightened, I look forward to seeing how this senior will how his senior season will take shape next year. Our most improved golfer this year is Jack O'Hara. And the final award that I'd like to talk about this evening is our MVP award. And so I'd like to ask Walker to come and stand up here so we can embarrass him a little bit in front of everybody. Come on up here, Walker's our most valuable golfer. You just stand right there. Yeah, you just stand right there. You took my whole speech, so you got to stand there. Walker's been a tremendous captain. He's our lone senior. He's been the ideal role model for this very, very young team. His Bronxville career as a golfer has showed improvement every single season, with barely playing in matches as a freshman, to contributing at times as a sophomore, and then to demanding a spot in the lineup as a junior in a very senior, heavily dominated lineup last year. His final senior season, he had really one goal for himself, I think, was to make sure he qualified for round 2 of the sectional tournament, and as we mentioned before, he did just that. And it wasn't looking good when he started, and so I'm sure Walker would love for me to tell you what he shot in the first round at Century, but I won't, because it was not great, and yet he could have easily packed his bags and head on his way, but he didn't. He stuck with his round, which has kind of been the athlete that I've seen and known, as Walker mentioned, for 8 years. I swear it's in my speech as well. It goes all the way back to 5-6 football when we started working together. And so really it's my distinct honor to say that I was one of Walker's first Bronco coaches way back when, and then I get to shake his hand and congratulate him on his MVP award during his senior spring season. Wake Forest is very lucky to have him next year, and he'll be missed as a Bronco. So congratulations to Walker. Okay, congratulations to all the Broncos. Have a good night.
We would now like to introduce the boys varsity lacrosse team to the stage and captains to the podium.
Dude, they didn't catch me gripping the frog.
Is it on? What? Yeah.
Good evening. My name is Luke Riggi, and we're the boys varsity lacrosse team. We'd like to start off by thanking everyone who's made this season possible. From the athletic department with Mr. Haven, who's one of our coaches, Ms. Hartson, Danielle, and Dominique, the other trainer that came in when Danielle left. We'd like to thank the board and the school foundation for their unwavering support of Bronco Athletics and the boys varsity lacrosse team. We'd also like to thank Local Live, who made streaming games really easy for parents who couldn't come to games and other students to watch. We'd like to thank and show our appreciation to all the parents, especially the captains' parents, for their support and sacrifice throughout the season and way before the season started too. They big part of this year and made it possible. And last but certainly not least, we'd like to thank our coaches, Mr. Haven, Coach Balkane, and Coach Murray. Here's Captain Griffin Blumenreich.
I would like to now introduce my teammates. Thomas Freeman, a sophomore, Charlie Donahue, senior, Theo McMurray, a freshman, Declan Denning, junior, Brady Dolan, sophomore, James Halley, junior, Kieran Sen, a junior, Andrew Wilmont, a senior, Harry Batchgalupo, freshman, Ben Atkinson, senior, Nicholas Martinelli, sophomore, Brendan Morris-Rose, senior, Will Gottlieb, senior, Fletcher Van Tienhoven, sophomore, Jack Riley, senior, Johnny Dolan, senior, Jackson Myrecord, senior, Chase Batchgalupo, a freshman, Brian Formato, a sophomore, Will Matson, a junior, Luca Riggi, a fellow captain and a senior, Matthew McSherry, junior, Hayden Garbarini, senior, Teddy Grammons, a senior, Charlie Atkinson, a freshman, Desi Heathwood, a sophomore, Jeff Colangelo, a junior, Alex Krastowski, a senior, Max Nazaro, a sophomore, Nico Meyercourt, a sophomore, Zach Loader, a junior, Gabe Mycon, a senior, Raymond Thompson, a senior, Will Malloy, a freshman, Jack Fowler, a freshman, Tanner Voy, an 8th grader, and Connor Messel, an 8th grader. Now here's my fellow captain, Teddy Grammons.
Hello, good to see you all tonight. I just want to talk about the honor it's been to represent this team for the last 4 years. The opportunity to play with these group of guys for the last, since the start of high school has just been so special. You know, Joe stepped in as a new coach this year after having 3 different coaches in 3 years, and he absolutely crushed it. Took us all the way to the section finals, and we're very grateful for that. And due to the fact that Bronxville is 1 square mile, the sense of the community around all these sports teams has been so strong. All the parents from different teams showing up to the games. The alumni who came before us started all the traditions. We like to uphold that and represent the Bronco B with pride. Thank you, and congratulations to all the other sports teams. And then, Joe, come on up.
Good evening again. You've heard a lot of people thanked by other teams and by the coaches. But I'd like to thank our captains' parents. From the first day our new staff got together, our 3 captains' parents, Mrs. Blumenreich, Mrs. Grammons, and Mr. Rigi, really contacted me right away. And the way we went with some indoor season practices. So I really appreciate what they did. I know they were instrumental in creating a nice culture for us and the fun activities that the student athletes did, along with food at games and then the dinners before games. So thank you very much to those parents. I'd like to thank all our parents. You know, the winter, as you all know, the spring season is difficult. And one day we'll have a practice, next day is getting changed. Practice times are getting changed all the time. And I do appreciate how willing that you guys were to get our student athletes to all the practices. We really tried to get a great experience for the kids this year. And I think the boys will tell you, when we first started, things were different. And hopefully we made some real positive changes. I'd like to thank the whole coaching staff. The varsity coaches, Coach Murray and Coach Belkane. Our JV coaches, you know, Mr. Carlin, our school business manager. We needed a coach badly. And Dad said, Joe, whatever you need, I'll help you out. And Dan's background is basketball, but he knows athletics, so Dan stepped right in. Then we got Jake Fitzgerald came over from Mercy College and really helped out. On the defensive side, it was great. He was a very vocal coach, and the kids, I think, really appreciated that. And then our modified coaches, Coach Whalen came back and did a great job, and actually Jake's brother helped us out at the modified level. He's actually a player at Mercy College, but we were really struggling to find coaches, and they stepped in and did an amazing job with the kids. One thing I really like to appreciate, if you're not a lacrosse person, but BYLA is unbelievable. Preparing the young kids for the girls team and the boys team. It's unbelievable the amount of support that we have through BYLA and through the school foundation. So thank you to everybody who was involved with those 2 community organizations. It makes things great. Just real briefly onto our season. The one great thing I think if you're a Bronxville athlete, it's a very high standard set for you in all sports, and lacrosse is no different. I would say the boys and girls both have probably the most difficult schedule in Section 1, and the kids love the competition. And I think we as coaches love that also. Our kids go out, you know, and they know that the next team up, we're playing someone who's good. And I think of the 8 teams that were in the sectional championship this year, I think we played 5 of them or 6 of them, and actually one of those teams dropped us and didn't play us this year. We were scheduled to play them, and they didn't play us. So we really look to play the toughest competition possible, and that will continue on. And what that does is it sets us up for an end of the year run like we did this year. So our regular season we were 10-6, but 5-0 in the league, and we went to the sectionals, and then we tried to save our best for last. And we played a tremendous game with Pleasantville. We went down 6-0, and the boys kept their composure, didn't give up, and then the game ended up 6-5. And they played Pleasantville, who's playing the state semifinals this week. They played Pleasantville for the rest of the game. You know, they beat them 5-0 for the next 3 quarters. So unfortunately, we dug ourselves a little hole we couldn't get out of. But to see their determination and their grit for the rest of the game was outstanding. So I think the boys have really come a long way. We have a ton of awards to give out, and we'll give most of our awards out at our banquet on Sunday, but I'll just like to list who received awards. So people in the section do realize what good athletics Bronxville has, and the boys lacrosse team. So we are actually, if you know lacrosse at all, 10 guys start a lacrosse game, but we are given 11 first team all-league award winners. So those award winners are Luca Riggi, Brady Dolan, Teddy Grammons, Thomas Freeman, Griffin Blumenreich, Nick Martinelli, Brendan Morrisroe, Willie Gottlieb, Jack Riley, Brian Famato, and Desi Heathwood. They all received from the coaches in the league first team all-league. Luke also received all-section, and Luke also received all-American. So it's quite an amount of great awards for our kids. As Griffin was going down the list of athletes, we do have 15 seniors. We're a very senior, a large senior team of student athletes, but the future is also very bright. And we look forward to great things in the future. We did bring up some young athletes during the playoffs. So I do think Bronxville is on a great track for boys lacrosse. I just have 3 awards I'll be giving out today. And these awards are to our captains. Our captains would do a lot of communication for us. They met with me often. They challenged me often. We enjoyed our conversations we had together. But I do have 3 awards, and I do appreciate everything they did. All 3 of these guys brought passion to lacrosse. And when things weren't going our way, these 3 guys stepped up, and they did a great job. And so I'm going to bring them up one at a time and give them their captain's award. First of all is Griffin Blumenreich. Next, continuing his career in lacrosse, we have Teddy Grammons. We play in some college lacrosse at Gettysburg, so he's one of our other captains. This is my 4th year here, and in my first year was during COVID. This freshman stepped into my office and said, "Hey, I play lacrosse, and if you need my help with anything, let me know." I'm like, "All right, sounds great to me." I think he's the first student athlete I met. And after 3 years, I was calling Luke Coach Luke, because if there was something that needed to be done for lacrosse, Luke volunteered and did it, whether it was collecting uniforms, handing out equipment, helping kids get helmets, ordering decals. He did a great job with it, and his leadership really propelled us this year. And as you all know, as I said, Luke is an All-American, and he's continuing his career on at UNC. So, Luke, thank you for everything you did. Once again, I'd like to congratulate all the athletes sitting here on the stage, but also in the audience. And I'd like to wish our tennis team best of luck this week. Let's bring home our state championship. Thank you very much. Thanks, guys. Well done.
I would now like to ask boys baseball to the podium, or the captains to the podium.
Where's our thing? Where's his speech? Bro, I'm up first. Good evening. My name is Jack Kennedy, and we are boys baseball. The captains are myself, Jack Angemi, Henry Vale, and Connor Kenny. Our coaches are head coach Michael Schultz, assistant coach Michael Marino, and Zach Miller. And now I'd like to introduce the seniors on our team. Our seniors include Connor Kenny, Nicholas Ranieri, Toby Wardell, James Costanzo, Connor O'Brien, and Micah Ray Hamlet.
We would now like to thank everyone who made this season possible, including Lenny Marone, our amazing groundskeeper,
Jomar Acevedo for his continuous help and support, all of our parents and family members who showed up to every game, and a special thank you to Mr. Jaquette, who allowed us to use the Rise and Grind facilities when we didn't have a place to practice, and the athletic department, specifically Mr. Haven and Mrs. Hartson.
We would also like to thank the school board, the administration, all baseball boosters, Coach Schultz, Coach Marino, Coach Zach, Mr. Fenner for taking photos all year. Thank you, Mrs. Schultz, for all your help behind the scenes to make our Disney trip a success. And lastly, all the students who showed us great support throughout the season.
In my first year on the varsity team, there were 16 players on our roster, there was no JV team, and there was just enough middle schoolers to fill a mod squad. After a few years of success in Bronxville baseball, I watched a once lacrosse dominated town revive its entire baseball program. Today, not only can we field a JV team, but we have north of 30 middle schoolers in our modified program, which is a testament to the culture of Bronxville baseball. The camaraderie and friendships that I've made on this team are truly special and what I will cherish most. None of this would have been possible if it weren't for our coaching staff. I cannot thank Coach Schultz, Coach Zach, Coach Marino, and a special shout out to Coach Frank and Coach Veglica, who are no longer with us. Their time and effort that they put into this, it's just they've spent all off season spending their time to make sure that our season was as successful as it could be. And finally, I'd like to thank my teammates for the countless laughs and memories. You guys were what make Bronxville baseball special. Now I'd like to ask Coach Schultz, Coach Marino, and Coach Zach up to the podium.
Good evening. I just want to also say thank you to a number of people. First, to our athletics office, Mr. Joe Haven and Ms. Dawn Hartson, to our trainer, Danielle, to the school administration, Superintendent Dr. Kelly, Principal Ann Meyer, Assistant Principal Mr. Lisane. The boys also mentioned the maintenance crew, Jomar Acevedo and Jara Aquino, instrumental in the preseason workouts and getting the field ready, and then Lenny Marone, who treats Scout Field like it's his own backyard and makes sure that we have every opportunity to play. Also have to thank Mr. Jaquette and Coach DeFabia for sharing Rise and Grind with us. Sometimes it's hard. It's great to hear about having all those bodies, but all the extra home games meant we didn't often have field space, or if it rained, we had a place to go. Special thanks to the captains' parents, the Kennys, the Gangemis, the Vales, and the Kennedys, and all of the Bronxville baseball parents bringing snacks, water, having team dinners, and the unwavering support at the games. So I want to thank the coaching staff, modified, Craig Robinson and Bobby Love, junior varsity, Kyle Santiago, and then, of course, assistants on varsity, Mike Marino and Zach Miller. Team statistics, this was a tough year for us. We scheduled 8 games against larger schools to try to, similar to what Mr. Haven was saying, to kind of prepare for the playoffs. So we had we were 8-12 on the regular season, but we did get 19 bonus points. I'm not sure I understand how that works, but because of our strength of schedule, the next team after us, I think, had like 14 or 13 bonus points. So the boys competed hard against some really good teams. We ended up 8-13 overall, losing in the first round of the sectionals, where we were the number 7 seed in Class B. Our team batting average was .287. Our team ERA was .405. The run differential kind of speaks to the record. We had 105 runs scored, 102 runs given up. 74 of those runs being earned. 5 over 13 losses this year were but just 1 run. I'd like to just introduce the full roster, and if you guys could just stand when I say your name, and then you can and actually you might block each other, so sit back down. First, we got one freshman, Sam Dicker. Sophomores, Jake Donnelly, Jackson Crystal, Max Zarba, and Teo Valdez. The juniors, captains Henry Vale, Jack Kennedy, and Jack Gangemi, along with Gavin Smart, Marcus Jun, Matthew Walsh, and Matthew Curran. And then our amazing seniors, 5-year varsity player and 3-year captain Connor Kenny, Nick Ranieri, Toby Wardell, and new additions Connor O'Brien, James Costanzo, and Michael Ray Hamlet. So for awards, we have some certificates and plaques. Wanted to have a special award for a team player, senior, Nick Ranieri. He was solid wherever we put him defensively, and he was always willing to take the mound, whether coming in relief or getting a start. He had 10 hits, 7 runs, 5 RBIs, 1-1 on the mound with 13 strikeouts and 12.2 innings. We got him back into baseball last year, and I told him after the last game, I'm super happy that we got you back, Nick, so thank you. The next player is an all-league honorable mention, sophomore Jackson Crystal. He moved from left field to center field when Gangemi took over as catcher. And he became an above-average center fielder. He was an excellent left fielder. Offensively, he batted .333, 444 slugging, 827 on base plus slugging. If you watch on TV, that's significantly higher than what you'll see in major league players now. 21 hits, 5 doubles, a triple, 14 RBIs, 8 stolen bases. Batting .345 in the league and posting a .500 average with runners in scoring position. Jackson Crystal. Next all-league honorable mention, and also the Dan O'Neill Coaches Award, goes to Jake Donnelly. Jake was a solid shortstop and on the mound and at the plate this year. He batted .270, had 17 hits, 2 doubles, 8 stolen bases, batted .276 in the league. On the mound, he made 13 appearances for us, so he moved from shortstop to the mound because he had that closer mentality. He wanted the ball and he wanted to compete. He's also got a great team-first attitude, and he's really developed into a leader on this team. Congratulations, Jake Donnelly. Yeah. Next all-league honorable mention is junior pitcher, third baseman, first baseman Jack Kennedy. Jack had a solid season on the mound with a 2-1 record, sub-3 ERA, only allowing 16 hits while striking out 49 in 25 innings. Offensively, batted .277, had 13 hits, a big home run, which was fun to watch. I think we all enjoyed that. 9 runs, 8 RBIs, and 9 walks and 4 stolen bases. Honorable mention, Jack Kennedy. Our first all-league player, who is also our team defensive player of the year, is Gavin Smart. He's a junior, always been a standout defensive first baseman. I've been around this game a long time, and already as a high school junior, he plays first base like a college first baseman. Offensively, he had a tremendous breakout year, batted .377, 472 slugging, 964 OPS, 20 hits, 5 doubles, 9 RBIs, on a league batting average of .375. He also did a great job as pitcher. He was 1-2, had some tough breaks. But in 19 innings pitched, had a .326 ERA and struck out 18. All-League and Defensive Player of the Year, Gavin Smart. Our next player, all league and all section honorable mention, and our team pitcher of the year is Captain Junior Henry Vale. Henry had a strong offensive season. He played in all 20 games, batted .381, 397 slugging, 855 OPS. He had a .522 batting average with runners in scoring position, so I think we're going to put some cardboard cutouts on the bases when he gets up next year, so he focuses a little bit more. Had 24 hits, 1 double, 16 RBI, 12 stolen bases, and he batted .538 in the league. As a pitcher, he was 3-3 with a 2.53 ERA and 45 strikeouts in 36 innings pitched. Congratulations, Henry Vale. Our next all-league honoree is another captain. He's also going to be given the Heart and Hustle Award. That's Junior Jack Gangemi. Jack is a phenomenal athlete. For those of you who've played football with him or basketball, you've seen that. When Connor was hurt, he took over as our primary catcher, not only willing and able to play anywhere, but he gave us 110% in whatever he did, and he got better and better with every rep. He played shortstop when Jake came in to close before we lost Connor, but just a tremendous baseball player athlete. He batted .286, a .937 OPS, 16 hits, 8 for extra bases, 3 doubles, 4 triples, and a home run, 18 RBIs. He led the team there, and a .357 batting average in the league. Heart and Hustle, all league, Jack Gangemi. And last but certainly not least, our all-league honorable mention and team MVP, senior captain Connor Kenny. Connor played only half the season, during which time he played through injuries in both wrists before a season-ending slight tear to his UCL. In 10 full games, he batted .323 with an OPS of 830, had 10 hits, a double, 9 runs, 4 stolen bases. We called him up in 8th grade when the senior catcher was hurt then. You'll notice there's a theme. That's obviously the toughest spot on the field. And he's developed into what I believe to be the best defensive catcher that Bronxville's ever had. So that's, and I've been around a long time. I think I see your teammates nodding. He got better and better at receiving, blocking, throwing runners out. As a 3-year captain, he was a true leader on and off the field. And I'm so proud to have had the opportunity to coach him. I wish him health and success as he continues his academic and baseball career at Washington and Lee next fall. He's a great player, great teammate, all-league honorable mention, and Bronxville baseball MVP, Connor Kenny. Just a few closing remarks. The season always goes by way too quickly for me, spending time around the game I love and the boys I grow to love like my own sons. The wins and losses do not always tell the whole story. We were not counting on losing our best hitter and one of the section's best catchers halfway through the season, but the boys took on new roles and opportunities, and they left it out on the field each and every game. They respected the game of baseball and each other, and shared a common goal of slowing things down and doing their best. We competed together, we got better together, and many of us will be back out on the field together again next season. Congratulations to the 2024 Bronxville varsity baseball team.
We would now like to invite the boys varsity tennis team to the stage and captains to the podium.
Good evening. My name is Robert Brown, and I'm captain of the boys varsity tennis team. It has been a great year so far, and we are fortunate that it is not quite over. We just recently won our regional match 3-0 after taking the sectional title by the same score, and I wanted to say thank you to Mr. Fenner for taking some amazing pictures during those matches. And I also want to say thank you to Coach Klurfeld for putting together this great team and leading us through a rough start to the season. We've dealt with some injuries, but we are at full strength now, and Coach's leadership is the reason we managed to make it this far. Thank you for 24 years of service, and we promise we'll send you out on top this Friday.
Okay. Good evening. Good evening to all coaches, parents, and most importantly, athletes. I want to thank Joe Haven and Dawn Hartson and the athletic department for always making the season run so smoothly. This is my 29th and final season coaching tennis in Section 1, and the theme of this talk will be gratitude. My first year coaching high school tennis was the spring of 1994 at Arlington High School in Dutchess County, and on that team I had Carl Shavaka, who played for Army, and Nick Misra, who played for Rutgers, and whose dad played in Wimbledon and for the Indian Davis Cup team. I was lucky then, and I'm lucky now. As a quick lesson in the sport, we played 2 singles matches and 3 doubles matches against other teams. That's a total of 8 kids in the lineup. So some teams may have 1 or possibly 2 kids who have played tournaments and drill year-round. And as you narrow your view to Westchester or Long Island, it's possible to see 3 or 4 kids playing intensively on a team. Imagine if 6 of those 8 spots in the lineup were filled with players who had been drilling and playing tournaments since age 5. Year-round, all the time. What happens? Well, I'll tell you what happens. You win state championships. The 1927 Yankees manager was a man named Miller Huggins. I've just completed my 31st and final year of teaching, and I've taught plenty of Coopers, a few Tanners, even a Chipper, but no Millers. But I digress. I'm sure reporters during that season asked Miller Huggins why this team had won so much, and if he responded with anything but, "We have the best players," he'd be lying. I'm not going to say this is the 27 Yankees, but we are a very, very strong team. The season began on February 4th, 4 months ago, with an interest meeting in which everyone on the stage indicated their desire to play. However, by the time the season began, the team was a hospital recovery unit. We had a broken foot, broken shoulder, rotator inflammation, strained knee ligaments. If not for our deep bench, we would have drifted off the map. The regular season was rocky with 3 of our top players injured. We were fortunate to make the postseason as the number 6 seed with an 8-6 record. In those 14 regular season matches, we had 14 different lineups. However, as we got healthier, the team took its proper shape with a tumultuous win over Byram Hills in the sectional semifinal, and there are no wins over that school that are not involving tumult. And then a win over Edgemont in the sectional final. Our path to the state title has come into focus. One of my favorite quotes from John F. Kennedy is from his speech about going to the moon, where he famously said, "We choose to do things not because they are easy, but because they are hard." Because of their hard work, we have a great chance of repeating on Friday, and I predict if everyone stays healthy, and on this team, you will see a 3-peat and then a 4-peat from this group. They are no joke. The whole team deserves an award, and fingers crossed we will collect that award on Friday, but for tonight, we'll deal with individual awards. First, we have to recognize our seniors and thank them for giving most of their spring for the sport. Our seniors are Tony Tao, Andrew Shaw, and Charlie Hudlick. We have some individual league awards to give out as well. These are based on performances during the regular season. First, some honorable mention all-league awards. Without these 3 guys, the team would not be close to what it is, and definitely not be in a position to defend the state title. All 3 of them entered the season with severe medical issues, which they all worked diligently to overcome. They really are all-stars in this league, and had they played more matches, would have surely been all-league and probably all-section. The first honorable mention goes to a freshman who, after intense rehab for his broken shoulder, has added so much to our team. I'm not sure how he did it, but he beat all projected recovery plans by weeks, and we have benefited for sure. Freshman Reese Brown. Second honorable mention goes to another player who overcame injury at the start of the season, a broken foot, and after a medical waiver is back helping the team in a tremendous way in the postseason. And you know he's back because he hit what he has referred to himself humbly as the best tweener of my life just yesterday. That is Max Monogenes. Our final honorable mention goes to, hands down, the most talented player in our league, one of the top players in the state. And his shoulder recovery prior to our semifinal match versus Byram Hills allowed this team to be where it is now. No player changes the complexion of this team more than him. The universal groan from the Byram Hills bench when he got off the bus was audible. We know his quality, his intensity, and his talent. He is, of course, undefeated sophomore Patrick Kenny. Because of our somewhat rocky regular season record, finishing third in the number of teams in our league, we were given only 3 all-league honors. Those all-league recipients are, and you can all come down at once, Rowan Bala, Harrison Brown, and Jackson Fino. I have a few team awards to give out this year as well. It's long because this is my last one, so just hang on. As I close this chapter of my professional career, I'm increasingly valuing integrity, respect, and positivity on and off the court. While there is a general trend toward increasing cursing and racket throwing, I've never met a more positive and respectful player than this young man. And for the first time, I had a player who shook my hand after most practices and thanked me for my time. I get a lot of odd gifts as a history teacher, and one of my favorites is this one I got called George Washington's Rules of Civility and Decent Behavior in Company and Conversation. One of his points, number 22, says, "Show not yourself glad at the misfortune of another, though he were your enemy." So I think what Washington is saying is don't trash talk, and this guy follows these rules very closely. This year's all-class award goes to rookie 10th grader James Ney. By the way, I also get cool stuff as a tennis coach, like these salad servers in the shape of tennis rackets, just to let you know. Our Rookie of the Year this year is the most mild-mannered, soft-spoken kid on the team, and that is on the bus and on the sidelines. But once you put him on a tennis court, his tennis is bigger than his 14 years, and his understanding of the geometry of the game, his tennis IQ, is impressive. As Mark Twain famously said, it's not the size of the dog in the fight, it's the size of the fight in the dog. For all these reasons and more, our Rookie of the Year this year is 9th grader Rowan Bala. As I've said, we started this year with 3 of our best players on the bench, so in tennis this means everyone moves up a spot. Plays against stronger players they wouldn't probably have faced. Most teams in our league may have 1 or possibly 2 players, tournament caliber players, and whoever gets that job steps in. But my step-up award this year goes to a freshman who stepped into the number 1 slot more times than he might have expected with our top 2 kids on the bench. He was sort of the last stand in our lineup, and he handled it very, very well. Our step-up award this year goes to freshman Jackson Fino. Without our MVP this season, the team collapses. With so many injuries, this player was asked to play first and second singles and first and second doubles with 4 different partners. Never said a word, never a complaint, not a worry, just, okay, sounds fun. As co-captain, he often ran practices and led the team in warm-ups each day. And on the court was a stellar competitor, giving 100% each time. Never a foul word or a complaint, ever. He was on the deciding court at last year's state final and won, and has done a lot of winning in a lot of ways for a long time. He demonstrates the right way to do things and is a big part of this team's success. He is a great tennis player and probably an even better student. He is our MVP this season, co-captain. I call him Harrison Brown. Before I go, there's an African proverb that is, it takes a village to raise a child. As it turns out, it also takes a village to raise state contending tennis teams. I'm so lucky to have found this village and so many successful players over my 25 years at Bronxville, including Liam Kral, who just graduated at SMU, Jimmy Purdy, who played at Villanova, Robbie Simon, who played at Hopkins, Peter Davis, who played at Colby, Rich Bonfiglio, who played at Middlebury, now coaches Penn, Tim Kofel, who won the state tournament for Bronxville and ended up playing at Princeton, and so many, many others. But the village is more than just the end product or the athlete. It's the environment which provides this means, the encouragement and the Gatorade, the Cliff Bars, the countless rides to tennis clubs or tournaments or flights to tennis academies. And I am truly fortunate to have known so many supportive families. I can't name them all, but off the top of my head, the Kenny family, the Finos, the Monogenes family, the Browns, the Blumenreichs, the Howlers, the Marshalls, the McEnroes, the Dannys, the Simons, the Austies, the Davises, and so many others. I truly appreciate the support and the support for tennis in this town. In closing, I can say safely after 29 seasons, I wouldn't change a thing. I've always tried to instill sportsmanship, fair play, and a love of this sport. And finally, I'm very, very thankful for these guys on this stage, because without them, I wouldn't be here. And for the last time, go Broncos.
This concludes the Sports Awards. Thank you for coming.